Hi, I'm Victor Maas, real estate attorney, broker, and investor, but no one really cares. What they care about is that I'm a problem solver. So that's what I do for a living, is solve problems.
I'm going to show you how to find deals you never even knew existed.
Deals are everywhere, but you got to get off your butt.
One deal is all it takes to change your life. Victor freaking Maas, that's right.
On the table today is everyone's favorite topic, wholesaling. We recently discussed wholesaling versus rehabbing homes at our May Lunch and Learn. For a recap of that Lunch and Learn, head over to my YouTube channel, thevictormaas.com. Is that what it is? No. Just Victor, the Victor Maas. There it is. But for today, the topic is solely wholesaling. Let's get into it. So I'm here to explain the basic concepts of wholesaling and explain as I'm speaking to a new investor. Here it is. Wholesaling is getting a deal that's good for everybody, obviously, putting it under a contract, and then selling that contract. You're not selling the home, you're selling the contract. In my case, sometimes I acquire the properties through a deed, subject to all liens and judgments, and then I sell the home through a deed. The concepts are the same. I don't want to put any money into the deal. I want to lock up the deal, and then boom, I'm in and out as quickly as possible and make a quick 5, 10, or 20 grand. Right now, as I'm talking to you, we cleaned out a property yesterday. I'm in it on paper for 80, but we're looking to wholesale it. If I'm lucky, we'll wholesale it for about 140, and I'm trying to sell it in the next 2 days. So that's about what, 60 grand? That'd be a good wholesale fee in any town, much less San Antonio. So essentially, you put it under contract, you then try to sell the deal. Here's the catch: you have to notify the seller in the state of Texas that you don't intend to buy it. You intend to find the deal, and one of your partners or associates is going to buy it from you. So the first 3 rules of wholesaling is disclose, disclose, disclose. And there's a nice way to do it. You can just tell the seller, hey, as long as they get you, hypothetically, your 80 grand, you don't care if one of my partners ends up paying for everything, do you? And they usually say, I don't care as long as they're my 80. And so try to close them fast so that way they don't overthink the process. What type and or level of investor should consider wholesaling? I think all new beginner investors should consider wholesaling, and here's why. A lot of them don't have a lot of money. A lot of them don't know how to go fish yet for deals on a consistent basis. Why don't you learn how to find deals, put it under contract, sell the contract or the deal as quickly as possible, put some money in your pocket, reinvest that money in advertising or investing. That's what I think a lot of you guys should do. All right, what are the benefits of wholesaling? Well, it's quick. There's little money out of your pocket. It's safe, risk-free for the most part. That's one of the biggest reasons why wholesaling is awesome. You also have tons of cash buyers begging for deals right now, tons. So here's the number of deals and here's the number of buyers. They want to rehab home. They don't want to have JOB, so they do this and they spend all their money to make this happen. They'll work on these projects for 3 to 6 months, and it makes them very happy to do that than clocking in somewhere. Why choose wholesaling over other alternatives, including buy and hold, or let's just say buy, fix, and flip? The reason you should consider wholesaling is the best path is very simply the risk and the time. That's pretty much it. There's very little risk. You get it done in very little time. When you buy and hold a property, you're going to rent it. You're trying to make $200, $300, $400 a month in passive income, but you're going to be out a lot of money. It's very capital intensive. And then if anything breaks, a light bulb, a water heater goes out, toilet gets overflowed, they're calling you. And so now you've got a full-time job babysitting someone who can't take care of their property. With wholesaling, that's somebody else's problem. So that's a reason I consider wholesaling the best avenue to making money in real estate when you're barely starting out in real estate. What are the downfalls of wholesaling? Obviously it's earned income, so it's not long-term capital gains, so that's something that a lot of people don't like to talk about, but it's the truth. Another one is you're constantly out there having to look for more properties. Whereas if you're a buy and hold investor, you get your 20, 30 properties, you can stop looking for deals. So that is one of the downside of wholesaling. You constantly have to keep your pipeline filled with deals. So some investors want long-term. Some investors know we're good at finding deals, so let's keep wholesaling. I do, a lot of wholesaling and flips. Why? Because I can always find deals. It's like the easiest thing once you learn how to do it. What are the potential risks to an investor? Well, if you don't have a whole lot of money tied into a deal, I would say not much. Okay? The potential risk is time. You got to spend some time finding deals, and a lot of investors don't want to do that. They want to be like Starbucks. They just want to go through the drive-through, get what they want, and they really don't want to waste their time. They want to waste other people's time. So there's that part of it. Time is probably the biggest thing you have to give up when you're doing wholesaling. You got to go find deals. Okay, I want to walk you through one or two of the most profitable wholesale deals, how I found the deal and how quickly I found a buyer for the property. Honestly, I can tell you hundreds of deals that this is how it works out. I find most of my deals through one of 6 lead generation, topics. One is a pre-foreclosure. There's another pre-foreclosure, code violations, city links, tax delinquents, tax foreclosures, driving for dollars, referrals, working with students. I mean, there's so many ways to get deals. And that's just scratching the surface. You don't need 1,000 ways to find deals. You really need 3, 4, 5, maybe at most. But 1, 2, 3 is all you really need to find deals. And so once I find them, I do the same process over and over. So pay attention, this is quite important. When I get a deal, I will negotiate the deal with the seller that I can go into the property and clean it all out. That's right, I will clean it all out. I'll roll the dice. Maybe I'll drop $1,000, get a dumpster, hire 3, 4, 5, 6 guys to come and just do all the demo, throw all the trash away, remove the carpeting, the padding, sweep up everything, mow it, edge it, trim it, and then I'll take a few pictures. And then I'll send word out to a lot of my cash investors. And typically within 48 hours, sometimes even the same day, I've done one I think in 4 hours, I get folks show up at my office, since I'm a lawyer, and they'll bring a cashier's check. And I deed them the property right then and there. I record the deed in front of them after we do a title search, and I show them everything. Only after they're happy with everything do we consummate the transaction. But I don't wait a week or 2 or 3 to close. I don't do hard money. I just do cash with my cash buyers. And so most of my deals, that's how I do it. Now, when you're hearing this, you're like, I don't understand. This is an advanced thing that I do. When you're first starting out, you put it under contract, you open up title, you wholesale it, you sell it as is sometimes. That's fine, but you're probably trying to make 5 or 10 grand. With my wholesales, I'm trying to make 20 to 60 grand. Why? Because I make it so easy for everybody. I clean everything up. I've already gotten rid of all the dead bodies and stuff.
What did he say?
I'm joking, of course, but I make it so easy for my cash buyers. When they go in, they're thinking, oh, cosmetic repairs, I can do all this. But if they show up and there's dead animals and heaps of piles of animal feces in the backyard or in the house, sometimes I've seen nastiness like you couldn't believe. But the good news is I don't clean most of that stuff up. I hire people to do all that work, and they don't mind doing it, getting their hands dirty. I remember one deal in particular, I had so many rats in there that I paid $10 a head. Yes, bounty. I put a bounty on all the rats anybody would smash with a shovel, and one guy alone made $120, okay, because he killed 12 of them. And he just kept bringing them out. Here's another one, here's another one, here's another one. And you have to do these kind of nasty things nobody wants to talk about. Occasionally I'll run into a house where there's fleas in the home. That's right, fleas and roaches. So I go to Walmart or Target and I buy the box of foggers, like a pack of 6 of them, and I shake them up and I start at the far end of the house and I run all the way to the front door and I'm tossing them in every room. And then I don't come back for like 2 or 3 days and I have somebody go in there and sweep up all the bugs and throw them in bags and make it so that my buyers don't freak out when they go in with their spouses or their partners. Okay, so I'm going to give you an example of a wholesale that I'm working on right now. I have an acquaintance, and this is like a extended family member of some kind, and the guy is kind of a hoarder. He inherited the property from his father when his father died, and the home has been sitting there vacant for several years. And people have tried buying the house from this guy, but just mentally he just wasn't there. But thankfully, because my acquaintance was an extended family member, he listened to us. And it wasn't about the price for him. What was the big issue is he didn't want to sell it, is because he had lots and lots and lots of art on the property. His father had built like these 5 big sheds in the back to store all his artwork. And everybody thinks they're an artist, but if you can't make money on it, you're not really a paid artist. You can be an artist. If you want to be an artist of any kind, musicians, painters, sculptors, whatever. But this guy, he kept all this crap. And the only reason we got the deal is because I made a deal that anything he has in the property, we would move for him. So this past Saturday, I rented a moving truck, He's already got a storage unit. We made 3 trips. I repeat, we made 3 trips because he had so much junk in this property. And between you and I, most of it should have just been burned, seriously. But it was important to him. And so again, nobody cares what I want. If I solve their problems, then I get deals. That's why I like to consider myself not an attorney, not a broker, not an investor. Yes, I do all 3, but a full-time problem solver. And so I made a deal with him in writing that we would move all his crap to storage units and to his house. And it took most of Saturday. So we started around 8 in the morning. We didn't finish till 4 in the afternoon. It was a hot day. And I didn't mind doing that. I'd buy cases of water with some ice and go pick up some lunch for the workers. And they do most of the hard work, and I'm in the AC. I'm jokingly saying that, but I am. But I pay them good money, and they're thrilled because I pay cash at the end of the day. So once we got all his crap out, then we had to get dumpster and get the real trash out. And even as I speak to you right now, there's still so much trash in the back and sheds that should be, scraped off the earth. But I'm going to leave that to an end investor who's going to rehab this property. So once we've done all the remove of the property and we're going to wholesale it, I took some pictures. I'm going to post it on social media. I'm going to text a few of my cash buyers. I put a lockbox on the door and I say, hey, this is what I want for the property. Now I'm all in at 80 minus the cost of the laborers and stuff, probably another 1,000 or so. But I'm going to try to wholesale it for 150. I'm going to try for 150. If I get 130, 140 and that's my best, I'm going to take it. I'll still make about 50 to 60. And honestly, I'll have maybe about, 10, 15 hours into this project to make that kind of money. I mean, that's pretty amazing. And so why am I able to wholesale it for such a good price? Right now, the market's stupid crazy in my city. And so I'm taking advantage of that. 10 years ago, I don't think I would have gotten 150,000 for this home. Retail fixed up. Now I think it's worth 300 grand. The market's just stupid crazy. So take advantage of it while you can. So again, I found the deal through someone I was acquainted with. We went, made a deal. I have it under contract, I made an agreement with him for 80 on paper. I don't have to pay him back right away, but I did give him 10,000 in advance, so I still owe him 70 minus some taxes that he owes. So that's it. I'm gonna try to make 60 grand plus or minus, and I really like doing wholesaling. As always, thank you for watching our show. For more real estate investment and legal real estate content, please subscribe to our channel. Please follow me on social media, and the links are below. Don't forget to visit thevictormaas.com for coaching and future events. Also, listen to our podcast by searching for The Victor Maas Real Estate Show wherever you listen to podcasts. Also linked below. Until next time, this is Victor Maas signing off. Take care.